You had talked about how they were talking about Trump, and I think RNC Research did a breakdown how many times they mentioned Trump and everything else. They had absolutely zero policy positions. 2/3 of the speeches I watched, and I watched probably most of it, it was all Trump this, Trump that, Trump the other thing. We're not going back, blah, 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 blah. There was no how we're going to fix the border. There was no how we're going to fix inflation. There was no.
And see, that was my issue with the RNC. I figured because they kept going after Joe and Kamala. It was really not on policy or anything. And I was like, when the switcheroo happened, I'm like, God darn, they didn't waste a week. They didn't waste a week just going after them instead of really telling America exactly what they wanted to do policy-wise and stuff. They just kept going after no, actually, they weren't going after Kamala. They were just going after Joe. Joe this, Joe that, Joe that, Joe. I was like, okay, well, all right. And then when the switcheroo happened, I'm like, God, dog. And Trump even said that they wasted what did they? He said they wasted money or they wasted something with the switch. Trump said it. I was like, well, that at least he sees that. He
should have saw it 6 months before it happened, though.
I know.
Right.
I saw it.
Yeah, we were talking about it the whole time. Don't go after Joe. We wanted Joe.
How can you not?
Thought they were going to switch him out.
But for real, seriously, we aren't paid pundits. We aren't in the know, the group. How could you not prepare for somebody else, even if it's not Kamala Harris? How could you not have a board, a list on a board of top 5? We need to know all we need to know about these top 5. Okay. And when we get to the convention, we need to go after these top 5.
And there was probably some guy in the campaign that kept bringing that up in the meeting and they kept laughing at him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I will say, Wade was the early adopter of they're going to run Kamala. And I could see where the campaign would be like, there's no way they could be so dumb as to run Kamala. Yeah. But it was clear it wouldn't be Joe. I mean, that's been clear for a year,
You know what?
Ever since he fell up the steps.
Right.
Mike Lindell here, and like you, I see our country being destroyed daily. We face massive economic issues, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are people in power who threaten the values that have made our country great. Well, I've been a believer in gold and silver for a long time, and I've searched for years for a partner that shares my values. Well, Genesis Gold Group showed me how easy it is to protect your IRA, 401k, or your retirement with gold and silver. Their faith-driven approach to service and stewardship is one that stands out from the rest.
To get your free definitive gold guide and get started learning more about investing in gold and protecting your retirement from uncertain times, visit treasureandtrust.com now. Fill out the basic contact form and a member of the team will be in touch. Again, that's treasureandtrust.com or call 855-625-7760.